What's up, y'all? This is the Curious One, and we're kicking it here at the Ugly Table. We're going to take a look at a new figure. I've been anticipating this figure for a long time. Um, been waiting for it for a long time, to be honest with you. I am a little embarrassed, and I feel ashamed of myself because I said I wasn't going to do it, but I did pay the $40 for this figure. I did buy this figure off of Amazon for $40, even though it's only a $22, $24 figure. I just got tired of waiting for my pre-orders. I did keep my pre-orders. I still have another two coming from Big Bad Toy Store. But I did get tired of waiting, and I did decide to spend the $40, and I feel ashamed of myself. But I am really happy to have this figure in hand. The really crappy part about it was I was supposed to have it like about a week and a half ago. Amazon sent me a picture of it sitting on my doorstep. I was at work at the time, and I looked at the time, and I was like, I cannot leave right now. But I think it should be good for 2 hours, right? 2 hours. So I come home on my break, walk in my door, and then I'm like, wait a second, there was supposed to be a package on my door. Go back outside thinking that it's just going to magically appear, and it wasn't there. Some asshole fucking stole it, dude. I was so pissed. So I wait for my break to end, and before I head back to work, I go and check in the dumpster area and find my box opened up with the figure missing. So mad. So what I'm going to start doing now is when I get packages, I'm going to open them up, take the product out. I'm going to fill it full of trash. Not anything that'll attract animals. I don't want animals on my porch. But I'm going to fill it full of trash. I'm going to tape them back up, and I'm going to stick them on my porch and wait for some asshole to fucking steal it and take my trash to the dumpster for me. You know what I mean? So modern problems need modern solutions. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this figure. I love the Night Monkey. This is actually my first figure of the black suit Spider-Man, so I'm very happy to have it. Still ashamed of myself for spending that type of money for it, but it's really awesome. And now I'm gonna have to look for a head with the big eyes, because I personally just like the big eyes better. So got the Spider-Man up here on top from the cartoon. Got a Marvel Comics up here. Got a +4. Got the Symbiote suit in multiple different languages. You got the Night Monkey here. Symbiote Spider-Man. Do not feed this to small children. A Hasbro back here. Got the cartoon buildings in the back. Looking pretty nice. Looks, just like every other of the Spider-Man retro cards. Not even sure why I'm spending this much time going over it. Got a Marvel here, got a Spider-Man there, Symbiote, Spider-Man artwork, which I really do dig. Have this illustration here telling you that you can switch out the hands. It's not very instructional, but it is what it is. Got right up there. Let me bring it closer so you guys can pause it and read it if you'd like. There you go. Got the rest of the figures here. I do have everything except for Hammerhead. I might go back and pick him up just to. I haven't been. It's weird. I've started collecting in the last 2 years. I used to collect as a kid, but I started collecting again. I noticed that I didn't have any Spider-Mans. So I've been picking up Spider-Man stuff. Just barely started getting the villains. Didn't have a Goblin, didn't have a Shocker, needed those. I do have a Venom. I do have a Carnage in hand. And I was looking at this guy and I'm like, I don't really need him. But then I'm thinking, like, I have all these Spider-Mans. Kind of need some villains, so I might go back and pick him up as long as he stays at the real price. Down here you got attention, don't feed it to small children. You got it written in 500 different languages. You got a Hasbro down here. You got your SKU over here. It's made in China is asshole. So yeah, let's go ahead, open this box up, and check out the figure. So the colorations on him are, very basic, but they're meant to. It's a black suit Spidey-Man. I know I've seen people argue about what shape those should be, whether or not they should have a dot, whether they should be rectangle, triangle, this shape or that shape. Um, Now, if I had more black suit Spider-Man, I might care about that. But since this is my one and only, well, until I get the other two, I may actually add a couple of pre-orders because I really like this figure, and it is on the retro body that I like. Um, but yeah, it's exactly. I don't even. I'm kind of wordless, I guess. I would have liked if he had the bigger eyes. I don't know why I really like that on the black suit Spider-Man. I like the big eyes on. I guess because there's not much else going on. But I'm also not mad that they decided to go with the smaller eyes. It is what it is. I think the figure looks really good. I have a few weird things going on. It always seems to happen when I have to buy from scalpers. I don't know how. I mean, the box is sealed, everything. It's a brand new figure, but there's a few issues with it. Um, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's the same thing. The Arctic Blowjob Storm Shadow. I got him, and he just like his ab crunch is so loose that you can't even stand him. Like, there's so many positions you can't get him in because it's either standing straight up or it's completely folded down because the anyways, that doesn't have anything to do with this figure. I do like the way the light bounces off of him. It would have been cool to have like a blue, but I kind of think it kind of does that on its own already. So adding the blue, I mean, if you're a good customizer, you could probably do that yourself. I'm not gonna mess with that. The one thing that I have thought about doing, because I'm gonna have 3 of these figures, I have considered taking a Storm Shadow head and painting the visor white and popping it on one of the bodies. I don't know. You guys can let me know in the comment section if you think that would be cool or not. Another thing that I've considered doing, I may do with one of them. My favorite colors are orange and black, so I'm considering taking and painting all the white orange, and I think that would look really cool. But that's also just like a niche thing for me because it's my favorite colors. You know what I mean? It'd be something that I think would look cool on my shelf. Not saying for like everybody, whatever. But yeah, he does come with all 3 sets of hands, which honestly, by now, Hasbro, I think you've heard enough complaints that that should be mandatory on every single Spider-Man. But I do get where you're coming from on stuff like this. I would say if you have to make new molds for 3 sets of hands, you might try to shave a corner off there. The other thing I'm thinking with something like this, the reason that they wouldn't put it on like the good body would be that it's cheaper to pay for the machining for a figure like this than what it is for a figure like that. And this is a movie figure. They're only going to get to sell it once. You know what I mean? Unless something happens like the No Way Home, where they get to resell the movie figures that they already made in the past. So with that figure, I could see them losing money, but I also could see them being able to resell it in the future if they gave everybody everything they wanted out of the figure in the first place. You know what I mean? Boot cuts is a really big one when it comes to Spider-Man for me. You need the boot cuts. I definitely like the way that this body articulates a lot better than the Pizza Spider-Man. I don't like the cut at the waist, but that's my preference. Like I said, I haven't been collecting as long as a lot of people have. Some people, they really like that body for some reason, but I think maybe they just haven't played with this one enough yet and see the pluses of this figure. That was my first Spider-Man when I started collecting again. So I bought him, and then I bought the neutral Spider-Man. And I had this figure, and I had played with him for a little bit, and then I got the neutral Spider-Man, and I was like, oh my god, this is fucking garbage. Like, in the Pizza Spider-Man's defense, there was something wrong with mine to where whenever I would use the ab crunch, it would kind of crack open on the sides. So I just really did not like that, and it turned me off on this type of body. Yeah, I just really dig this one. I think you can get a lot more Spider-Man poses out of it, and it seems easier because I'm not the best poser. I go to channels like D Amazing, Jay Hernandez, Shartimus Prime, and I look at like the way they pose up their figures, and then I kind of try to copy them, you know what I mean? Or I'll look at the product pictures and try to copy them. And I'm getting a little bit better, adding some, you know, making my shelves look nicer. So I don't know what else to say. Now I'm just kind of blabbing about how much I love Spider-Man, and I really like this figure. Oh, yeah, let's take a look at some of the one issue I'm having with this. It looks kind of like marbleizing, right? But it also looks like maybe it had gotten filled. Like maybe it didn't get injected properly, but then later it was filled. There's a big fucking spot right there, you know what I mean? Another thing that I'm noticing is the head doesn't quite go back as far as what it does on the other two. And what I'm thinking it is how much material there is back here. But also I think the barbell, I think it's on a really long barbell that's just buried too deep down in there, and it's just not giving enough space to move, you know what I mean? So they kind of fucked up on that, but it's still not horrible. You can still get, you know, let me straighten them out, still get a decent amount of up. But yeah, that was something weird. I think I am gonna have to clean that up. If you look at that, it's all like toothy and jagged. So I think I'm gonna have to clean that up. And doing that should give me a little bit more up on this guy. I think there's just the tiniest chip right there, but other than that, when I've looked at the white paint on the front of him, looks very, very clean. Eyes look clean. The white paint does seem to be off just a tad bit, but not enough to be like extremely noticeable from a foot away, you know what I mean? Back here, the issues that I was seeing is definitely, that's where it got globbed and then cleaned up and then repainted again. Also have a glob here. Bit of a scratch there. But yeah, I mean, pretty freaking clean. Other than that, the leg joints up here seem to be a little bit loose. I might have to do something about those eventually if I play with this figure enough. The bottom of the feet aren't painted blue. I would have liked to have seen that. In fact, I'll probably do that myself. And if I do the if I do the snake eyes thing, if I do that, I'm either gonna paint the spider all the white on the body silver and then the bottom of the feet silver, or I'm gonna paint the visor white. If I do the orange that I said I was thinking about doing, then I'm gonna paint all the white orange and the bottom of the feet orange as well. So yeah, I think this body works out so much better, and it's easy even for somebody that's not good at posing to be able to get some pretty decent poses out of this figure the way it is. Actually, let me push that. Put here. He looks like he's bowling. Just trust me. I'm trying to do this like looking through the camera. Just trust me. To me, this body, oh, that's weird. For some reason, it feels like this is getting jammed. Like I'm not getting a full T-pose out of this guy. But I know I can out of the retro and the Ben Riley. Is it just stiff, maybe? You guys think? Yeah. Yeah, it's just stiff. So yeah, definitely love this figure. Hate the fact that I spent so much money to get him, just because of the backup over there in California. I'm not sure. My assumption is that Amazon is getting priority coming through the harbor and Big Bad Toy Store, and the smaller places are not. I do remember Bobby Vala saying that he's paying a huge premium in order to get his figures through the California harbor on time. I'm kind of wondering if maybe that's a kickback. Maybe they're kind of holding those ships hostage a little bit, because I'll go on eBay and I'll order some little stupid shit from China, and it takes me a month to get it, but that's about average from China. I'm not sure why it's taking 3-4 months for online toy stores to get their figures through California. My guess is that they're just not paying the extortion money to get their ships unloaded. You know what I mean? I know there are certain types of politicians that definitely get their money through extortion, laundering, drug running, gun running, human trafficking. The majority of them seem to have a D in front of their name or behind their name, whatnot. That's why they usually fight for things like illegal immigration and stuff. But that's neither here nor there. Let's not get into politics on this one. Let's just finish it off with saying I'm going to have to start making some more flight stands. Either that or I need to go on Amazon and buy some more of these plastic ones. But the majority of my Spider-Mans are on the metal ones. And I still have a ton of wire. So, yeah. I'm probably going to spend the rest of the night either making some flight stands or working on this diorama. So, let me think. Did I miss anything? Yeah, I don't know. if I missed anything that you guys want to know about or you want to see, um, just hit me up in the comments. I'm pretty good about answering stuff. Uh, my channel's pretty small, um, and I don't get a huge amount of questions. So even working 50, 60 hours a week, I still have time to answer y'all's questions as long as I can comprehend them. Anyways, y'all have a good night. Y'all try to stay out of trouble. Y'all take it easy. All right, peace. All right, one more quick note right before I go. Um, Another thing I like about this body is if you feel like you're not getting enough articulation, you can actually pop this ball joint here and get inside there with the Dremel and clean it up. I may do that with some of these retro bodies. The only thing is I probably won't do it with him just because he's the only retro Spider-Man that I have, and they're going for fucking crazy prices now. Um, I would definitely like to get more of him. I hope in the near future they re-release him. So yeah, I guess that's it. Have a good night. Peace.